and comfortable. Your Excellency and Chair, it's now my honor to invite you to make your closing remarks and officially close our third South Summit of the Group of 77 plus China. Your Excellency, welcome.
Excellencies, heads of state and heads of delegations, I thank you so much for having come to Uganda, responding to my invitations. We have had very useful discussions. We are a very important grouping in the world. Our countries account for 6.6 billion people in the world. That's almost 80% of the people of the world. Therefore, we can do a lot. As I told you the other day, some of us have been involved in the resistance movement for more than 60 years. And we have got some conclusions. As I said the other day, we need to address 3 areas. As the theme of our other meeting, the two meetings, the NAM, the theme was deepening cooperation to achieve global affluence of all people, instead of affluence of only some. Now, the theme of this summit was leaving nobody behind, which is really the same point, that everybody, all people of the world should be in a good situation, should be prosperous. But how do you become prosperous? Sustainably. According to our experience, the only way you can guarantee prosperity sustainably is to enable all families, all persons who are old enough to participate in wealth creation by producing goods or services, either as an entrepreneur or as an employee of that enterprise. The population, all adults participating in the production of goods and services. And here we can cooperate with the countries of the South. We can cooperate in production of goods and services. Here in Uganda, we have experience. We have been working with some friends, like for instance from China. They have come and invested in a number of factories. I don't know whether these people have some footage they can show us. Those are some of the factories by our Chinese friends. That is an industrial park by with our Chinese friends in the east of Uganda, a place called Mbare. Behind there you see the Mount Elgon. Now that is one of the industrial parks. They are producing so many products there. Goods, producing goods, textiles, computers, what have you. So you can show other, do you have other slides of the production? That is, those are friends, another industrial park, not the same one. Anyway, thank you so much. Those are friends from, okay, that's another industrial park with our Chinese friends. Another one, this is not different from the other one. The other one is in the east. This is to the north of Kampala. Producing goods of all types. Okay, thank you very much. Now, those are partners from China producing goods. But we also got partners from Indonesia who came to help us with palm oil. Palm oil is an indigenous crop of Africa, but our friends in Malaysia and Indonesia took it up and made it more commercial. So here, we are importing all palm oil products, which we need for making soap, for making so many other things. But people from Indonesia came some years ago, and we gave them land. You can see what they have done there. We have not fully finished our demand, achieving our demand for palm oil, but we have gone some distance. So this is how this group here can cooperate on the issue of producing goods and services. But countries like Uganda are easy to move forward because we have the indigenous, our ancient production regime, which we have now modernized for the purpose of the market. If you can show us some of those things, our indigenous production. That's coffee. This part of the world is the home of coffee. Those are bananas. Uganda I think, is the second biggest producer of bananas in the whole world. Those are bananas in the villages. That is, coffee, bananas. Those are indigenous cattle, our ancient cattle. Now, this is the indigenous knowledge which we have kept and we are now modernizing. So when we get friends from this grouping and we team up with them, you didn't show fish. Where is fish? If you have fish, show it. Because it's part of the... Those are the fish of the Nile. That's called the Nile perch. So this is the part of the indigenous. They have got so many other products part of the indigenous production regime, which we are now merging into the modern system. So therefore, in my view, area number one is the area of cooperating in producing goods and services. Now, area number two, if you produce a good or a service, as I told you the other day, then the next issue is who buys what you have produced. We have the internal market of Uganda here. Here in Africa, we are working on the regional markets of East Africa, of the whole of Africa. We are working on them. All the African leaders are working on that. But we also want trade links with our other brothers from NAM and from the group of 77. That will be the other area where we cooperate. They buy from us and we buy from them. That will push prosperity of all of us. We have been buying a lot of goods from China, buying a lot of goods from India. We used to buy a lot of goods from Dubai. Before that, we were buying goods from UK. In the colonial times, I remember we had a textile known as Marekani. Marekani, that meant American. We were putting it on in the 1950s. Marekani. Then we had another one called Japan, meaning it came from Japan. So all these decades, I've been watching the pockets of Ugandans supporting prosperity of other people. When I buy what you produce, I am supporting your prosperity. And when you buy what I produce, you are supporting my prosperity. Africa has been supporting the prosperity of others for a long time. So this group can help us to balance that contribution to our respective prosperities. I buy from you, you buy from me. Now finally, you must be able to link the producer of the good and service and the consumer. So now that leads us to infrastructure. Infrastructure, because you cannot link the consumer with the buyer if you don't have infrastructure in the form of electricity, form of transport, roads, the railway. And again here, we have been cooperating with some of the friends, like with China, for instance. That is a dam, a brand new dam. This is Simba or what? Show the description. Which one is this one? Don't have a description there. Anyway, there are two new power dams, this one and another one, with a total production of about 900 megawatts. One is 183 megawatts, another one is 650 megawatts. And we had also done some other smaller dams with the people from Sri Lanka. So you can see how this grouping is not as simple as it looks. If we work together, there isn't anything you cannot achieve. I've just quoted a few examples, but there are so many of them. Cooperation with Cuba, we were able, with the late Fidel Castro, he was able to help us build a new medical school, which is somewhere big. It's now a big medical school, by bringing in Cuban doctors to treat people, but also to teach our own people. So there's so much we can do together. So therefore, in the 1 year which you have entrusted me to head the organization, I will push those 3 points: production of goods and services, how to encourage that interlinkage, dealing with the issue of markets, and then the issue of the infrastructure. But this assumes that we have peace among ourselves, which is another issue. Because if we don't have peace, then we shall not achieve this. So I will have to be in touch with some of the brothers and sisters who have got tensions or even conflict, to see how win-win solutions can be found. So I'm very happy on behalf of Uganda to have welcomed you here, and I thank you so much for being patient and staying for up to the end. And it is now my pleasure to declare the Group of 77 Summit and the South Summit closed. Thank you very much.
Oh, Uganda.